Welcome to the Becoming Collective. My name is Christy and I'm honored you are here. Over the next 15 minutes, we will be doing a beginner yoga practice. So I invite you to come with intention, to honor your body, to connect with your body, and to grow. So roll out your mat and let's get started. I invite you to start your practice sitting cross-legged, a crisscrossed applesauce. We're going to begin by just becoming aware of our breath. So I invite you to get settled in, close your eyes, and begin to notice your breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. A couple of more of those. Breathe in through your nose and out through our mouth. Our breath is what helps us regulate. It regulates our state of mind. It helps when we are anxious. And it just brings our awareness back to the present moment. So again, begin with a deep breath in and out through your mouth. On your next inhale, I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. One thing you'll notice is a slight constriction at the back of your throat. This is your ujjayi breath, your yogi breath, your breath that creates heat within your body, and the breath that I want you to come back to today. Again, just sit quietly, and if you need to adjust and put a blanket underneath your booty, please feel free to do so. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. Just make sure you feel comfortable. We'll be here for a couple more breaths, just settling in. I invite you to create or set an intention for yourself today for this practice. The intention can simply be to be present, to listen to your body. What is it telling you? Is it telling you to slow down? Is it telling you it needs a little extra love in that right hip? Just begin to notice. One more deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Sighs are welcome here. On your next inhale, I invite you to come in to tabletop. Tabletop is where we will come onto all fours, press down through our palms, aligning them directly under our shoulders. Our hips will be directly over our knees with just a neutral spine. You can begin to look down at your mat, but just begin here. On your next inhale, I invite you into cow. Inhale, cow, breathe. You're going to tilt your hip back, hammock your belly, and shine your heart. On your next exhale, we will come in to cat. Round through your spine like a scared cat. Tuck your chin into your chest and hug your abs up and into your belly. Feel that stretch across your shoulders. Inhale, cow.
Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. On your next inhale, untuck your toes, send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. We will start with bent knee down dog. Eventually, you'll work to place your heels on the floor, but do not worry about that today. I'm going to make mine a little shorter than normal just because I'm going to fit it into the camera. But press down through the L shape of your hands and bring your biceps by your ears and bend generously. Keep your flat back. You may begin to pedal out here and just pedal your feet. Feel how good that feels in your hammies, in your hips. We'll be here for a couple of breaths, no rush. Remember your breath. On your next inhale, I'm going to invite you to walk your hands back towards your feet or your feet towards your hands and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head hanging heavy as you do this and roll all the way up. I'm going to turn to face the camera for mountain. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Take your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Ground down through your feet and raise your arms overhead. I'm actually going to step off my mat. Engage through your core. Press your quads away from your kneecaps. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend from your hips. Place your hands on the floor in front of you. As you may notice, when I do my forward fold, I have a pretty good bend in my knees. And that's because my hammies are tight. So if this is you, feel free to bend as much or as little. If you can straighten, go ahead and do that. Whatever feels good for you. On your next inhale, we're going to heel toe our feet actually off of our mat for ragdoll. We're going to breathe here. Keep your head heavy. Let it hang heavy. Again, you can bend and straighten your legs. You can take any movement that feels good. I always kind of like to bend and straighten. Another option is to bring your hands to opposite elbows and just hang your head. Let it all go and just be right here. I like to close my eyes down. Or whatever you need. Remember that breath. On your next inhale, we're going to begin to heel toe our feet back underneath our hips and come up to a halfway lift and breathe. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. You can place your hands on your thighs. Have a slight bend in your knee, but we want to work to create the number 7 with our body. You can stay right here. We usually don't hold this pose too long, but this is a common pose that you'll hear throughout practice. Exhale. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, mountain. Roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Again, take it as slow as you need. Some people get
lightheaded. So if that's the case, just go ahead and bend back down. Mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I'm going to turn again to the side. Inhale, high. Exhale, high plank. And in this pose, you will bring your arms or your hands underneath your shoulders, engage your core, and your toes, your toes directly underneath your heels, creating a straight line. Exhale, lower with control to your belly. Again, I'm a little bit out of frame here, so I apologize for that. If plank is not in your practice, feel free to come right here to table. From plank, we will go back into downward facing dog. Breathe. On your next inhale, three-legged, lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. So you will place your right knee in between your hands. I'm adjusting slightly just because of the camera frame. You'll feel the stretch here. Create a 90-degree angle with your front knee directly over your ankle. Place your hands on either sides of your foot and extend your back leg tall. Keep that heel over your toe so it's engaged. We'll work to slowly engage our core and raise up from the ground. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Warrior two, I did adjust my back leg in, but we will create a 90-degree angle with this front leg. We will parallel our back leg to the back edge of your mat and raise your arms above to shoulder height. Now, this doesn't feel that great for me because my stance needs to be a little longer. So adjust as you need and feel fit, or whatever feels good for your body. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. I will keep my stance exactly the same, no change for my legs. I am going to reach with my front arm. And then I will tick-tock my arms to 6 and 12. My front leg hasn't changed. Keep that strong. And lift my arms. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Again, legs don't change, but I'm taking my right arm, front arm up and back over, engaging my core. I'm not dumping into my side body. My left hand can come around my back or down that back leg. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. You will come to high plank, lower down to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip your feet to the toe side. Press down through those toes and shine your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. We will do that sequence again with the other leg. Inhale, three-legged. Lift your left leg this time. Exhale, low lunge. Breathe here. Again, stack your front knee over your front ankle. Hover your hands off the floor or blocks, whatever you have accessible. or come all the way down to the floor. Engage your core. Keep your back leg strong. Toes pointed forward. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, warrior two. So I am twisted, so I need to change my stance so that you can see me and I'm facing the camera. Warrior two on the other leg. Again, 90-degree angle with my front foot, right foot pointing towards you, the camera, and parallel to the back edge of my mat. Arms can be at shoulder height. Gaze, you can look towards your front arm or straight ahead. Square your hips to the front of the room. The other cue is to align your front heel with the arch of your back foot. Here on this side, maybe you begin to play around with having your hands up or down. It'll feel a little bit different in your shoulders as you do this. Do what feels good to you. Inhale, extended side angle, and we're going to breathe. We're going to reach with that front arm, tick-tock our arms to 6 and 12. Warrior two legs are exactly the same. On this side, if it feels better for you, bend your front arm and place it on your thigh. Gaze up at your top hand. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Legs are staying the same. Back arm, or your left hand this time, is coming up and over. Again, do not dump into this side body. Square your hips to the front of the room. Create a bind with your back hand. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Windmill your arms. This time, I will come to my knees to come to mid-plank. Pressing down through the tops of my feet. Inhale, upward facing dog. My thighs are off of my mat. So I'm pressing so strongly through the tops of my feet that my hips lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. We will flow that sequence 2 times. Your breath to your movement. So inhale, lift your right leg. And I will turn. Lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward and travel to the top of your mat. I'm just going to take 1 step so I can remain in the camera frame. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Breathe. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Raise your hands overhead. Tuck your tailbone and engage your abs and sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Breathe. We're going to be here for a couple minutes. Some things that help: if you have a block, You can certainly place that in between your knees. You do want to, if you can sit lower, you can. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high plank. If this doesn't feel good in your body, go ahead and come down to your knees. That's okay. If that feels better, I'm going to walk back a little bit. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, low cobra. So I'm bringing my elbows as close as I can to my ribs, gluing them almost there. I'm keeping my neck long, so removing any wrinkles from the back of it and pressing into the palms of my hands that are directly underneath my shoulders. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, high plank or table. We'll come to table here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, low lunge. We've been here before. You remember this. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe. So crescent lunge is very similar. We're lifting our hands overhead. We're keeping a 90-degree angle. Taking your left knee over your left ankle, but the back foot is facing the top of your mat. We're engaging that back leg. It's strong. We're engaging our core and breathing. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, pressing our hands together. Inhale. Exhale, revolved crescent. So my back's going to be to the camera, but I am going to keep my hands together, glue my foot into my mat, hinge forward, twist. So my front elbow is coming to the top of my left thigh, twisting through my mid-spine. I'm going to switch around so you can see it from the front. So again, ensuring that my front knee is over my ankle, my hands are at heart center, I twist or I hinge, and then actually you hinge first, then you twist. If you need, come drop that back leg. This is called revolved crescent moon. This is fine. Right here. And just breathe. Feel that. Feel that twist in your spine. Press your hands together. Inhale, exhale, runner's lunge. Press your hands to the inside of that front knee. Keep that back leg lowered, but you're going to want to kind of heel toe this front foot, maybe even off your mat. You're going to feel a nice long stretch in the outside, your IT band here. I like to massage my foot a little bit. You can roll off to the edge of your left foot. Some people like to come down to their forearms. Place your head on a block, come down to a block. My hips are tight, so I usually keep myself a little bit higher up. I'm going to be here for a couple of breaths. So take whatever movement you need. If that means you come in and out of this stretch, that's fine. This is your practice. You know your body best. You do what feels good for you. Come back to your breath. Come back to the intention that you set for class. just to be here, present in this moment. This is your time. On your next inhale, you will swing that left foot back and come into high plank or table. If you're in table, I invite you to come into modified side plank. So you're going to press down through your right hand. You can keep that knee down. Place your hand. I lost my microphone. Plus make sure this is all aligned. So your shoulder is on top of your wrist. If you can do side plank with your feet out long, you can do that. I like modified side plank because again, my hips are tight. You can't see my back foot, my extended foot in the video right now, but it is parallel to the edge of my mat. Make sure you're breathing and then lift your top arm. You can gaze up at your wrist, at your raised hand. Bring your hand to your hip. Gaze down. Maybe you do neck roll. Whatever feels good. On your next inhale, we will come back to high plank or table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged. Lift your right leg. Again, I'm going to flip around. I'm facing the camera. Lift your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. We've been here before. Inhale, crescent. Breathe. Create a 90-degree angle with that front knee over your ankle. Raise your hands over your head, or if it feels better for you, bring them to your hip. Your back leg is extended with your heel over your toe. Engage your core. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, revolved crescent. Place that front elbow on that front thigh. Twist through your mid-spine. And look up. Feel that twist. Inhale. Exhale. Runner's lunge. Breathe. Heel toe your front foot to the outer edge of your mat. Bring your hands to the inside of that foot. Drop your back knee. Maybe you come to your forearms on this side, but just remember, your sides aren't the same. One side's going to be stronger than the other. One's going to be more flexible than the other. If it feels good, maybe you come in and out of half split. Or maybe you really lean to the opposite side. Maybe you bring your left hip down and rock and roll back and forth. But do what feels good for you in your body. Come back to your breath. We will be here for a couple of breaths, so take what you need. On your next inhale, swing that right foot back. Come to table or high plank. And then we're going to swing around. We're going to press down into our left hand this time for a side plank. You're going to lift your hips up, align your front, your left arm underneath your shoulder, engage your core, and lift. If modified side plank works better, do that. That's fine too. Some people are super flexible and like to lift that back leg. Do what feels good for you. And don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, come back down to table. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come back down to your knees. Swing your feet around. We're going to set up for seated forward fold. Bring your legs out long. Maybe you need to adjust your clothing or your booty underneath your sit bones. Sit up as tall as you can. Take a deep breath in, lift your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Grab onto your toes. Go back so you can see. Grab onto your toes. Maybe you just place your hands on the tops of your shins or even your thigh, whatever feels good. Some days, it's just my thigh. Sometimes I need to bend my knee. So do what feels good for you. Bending knees feels good. Sometimes with a bent knee, I bring my hands to the outsides of my feet. And then with every inhale, I press a little bit further in. Gives me a nice stretch from my hamstrings. Begin to kind of round through your neck. Bring it down to your chest, if that feels good. It feels really good today. My neck is always a little stiff. And just breathe. We're going to be here. Inhale. And exhale. If you can, with every inhale, go a little further if it feels good, or if that calls to you today. But just know you take what you need. In your next inhale, begin to roll back up to a seated position. And we will scoot our booty back, put our feet out long, and slowly, I'm going to raise my hands up to shoulder height and roll back one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to adjust myself so you can see me in your frame. I might cut my head off a little bit, but that's okay. I'll scoot down. On your next inhale, bring your right knee in, give it a squeeze. Then bring it over your body for a supine twist. Bring your arms out to a T. Feel a nice stretch in your spine. I always like to gaze over my right hand. A little bit extra. Maybe you begin to soften through your eyes. Just close them down. On your next inhale, bring your right knee back into for a squeeze. Send it out long, and we'll switch legs. Bring your left knee in this time. Give it a squeeze. Send it over your right. creating the supine twist. The other direction. Try to melt your shoulders into your mat if you can. That might mean you cactus your arms instead, bringing them out to a T. Just remember to do what feels good. Your next inhale, bring your knees back into center. Give them both a squeeze. Maybe you give yourself a little massage by doing hip circles with your knees. And the last active pose of class I offer you is Happy Baby. You're going to bring your knees to your elbows. Grab onto the outsides of your feet, shins, thighs, maybe behind your knees. Whatever's successful and whatever feels good. Press your low back into your mat. Maybe you begin to straighten and bend and straighten. Maybe you rock and roll back and forth. Again, giving that lower back a massage. You can stay here for as long as you need. Your next inhale, and I invite you to your Savasana. Bring your legs out long, your hands placed wherever's comfortable, maybe next to you on your mat, maybe on your belly. We'll be here for a couple of breaths. There's nothing left to do but just to breathe. Know that you can stay here as long as you need. On your next inhale, I invite you to roll over to your side. Rest your long arm, your head on your arm, and roll up to a seated position. Bring your hands overhead and then down to heart center. Thank you for joining me today. The light, the love in me honors and sees the light and love in each and every one of you. Bring your hands up to heart center. We will end today's class with Namaste.